Alrighty, here we are recording. Here's the video. First of all, we're going to create a new project. We'll do all this from scratch. Be using Java 1.8.0121. Click next, next, and we'll call this worm. Let's just call it WU for worm unlimited, and we're going to say underscore 1.3.1.3 toot, and we're going to click finish. We're going to open this in a new window, and we're going to do all this from scratch. And what you want to do is go ahead and download the worm unlimited dedicated server, go into its folder, grab its server jar, its common.jar, and the libraries folder, and you're going to click copy. Go over here, we're going to right click in, we're going to paste, wait for the files to get pasted in, then we're going to go here real quick and we're going to select all these. We're going to deselect the text file. We don't need the ini jar. We're going to select the server common and the server jar. We're going to right click at that point and say add to library, and we're going to let it add to library. Now that we got all that done, we can close the library and we can start doing this stuff here now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create your own items list, so you don't have to keep altering their list and making it longer, because their item list is long. And I'm going to show you how to create your own item template creator file, and I'm going to show you how to implement that file over. Now this is going to take a little time, and the reason why is because there's a certain thing that happens, and I'm going to go with the easier file when I do this. Instead of using the item template creator, I'm going to use the item template creator continued, because you'll see the reason why. It's a shorter file, it's newer, and it's a lot easier to do. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and create our items list. So we're going to open up items, and we're going to open up item list, and what we need to do is we need to recreate this. So first of all, we're going to select the com/worm online server.items. We're going to copy that line of code, or that line right there. I'm lazy on typing, so I'm just going to sit here and paste it in here, hit my dot, go over here, select the item class name, which is item list. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that at the end, then I'm going to select all that, copy. Then I'm going to go up here, and on the source folder I'm going to click new Java class. I'm going to paste that in there. So basically we just pasted com/worm online server.items.item list. Click OK. And what you're going to want to do is, well, first of all, I should have done this a different way. Let me just go ahead and delete this one and redo this. I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to go back in here again, click on Java class. I'm going to paste that in there just like I did. Instead of saying item list, because we don't want to replace their item list, we want to create our own. We're just going to say item list new, okay? And we're going to click OK. And now we got a new item list called item list new class. And this is what we want. Me, I don't like the way this sets itself up, so I'm going to put this line comment up there. Excuse me. Okay, now we got that done. Let's look at the item list and see what we actually have to do. So first of all, what we definitely need to do, we need to extend to item list. So let's say extend item list. Now it's going to do this, but you don't need this com/worm online server at the end. So we're just going to sit down and back that off. Now we got a little line here. We got an error. The reason we get this error, if you look at the IntelliJ is going to say create a constructor matching super. Basically, this right here is a final class. Well, we cannot have this final in this class. Protected, what's the other one? There's protected, there's private, and then there's the word final. Well, we can't have this as a final class, so we have to alter this class so we don't have a final. So we actually have to create itemlist.class. So we're going to go back in here again. We're going to say a new Java class. We're going to do item list, and we're going to create an actual new item list to replace this item list. So let me go up here and put this back here up top because I like this string at the top. Okay, so see when we create it, it goes public class item list. So what we need to do now is we need to Control A, Control C to copy all this. And we're going to go back to this item list that we created, and we're going to remove that part, and we're going to paste everything that was in there. Okay? Now what we need to do now is we need to change one piece of code until they put the API in, so we don't have to do this, which the API will change us so we can call this without that. We need to go back up here to the top and see where it says final. We need to remove the word final and just have it a public class item list. That's so we can get access. When this says final, this list is final, meaning you cannot access it outside the class. So in order to do so, we need to take the final away from it. So now we no longer have final on there on this class item list. We can now sit here and we can recompile this item list. We can close the old one, and as you can see, we go over here and it wants us to create a constructor matching the super. That is basically what was down at the bottom of the list, which is the super right down here. So now we got that done, what we can do here is, let's see, yeah, private. And it says right here, there is no default constructor available in server item list. Right click on this, create constructor matching the super, and actually I shouldn't have to do that. Let me double check, because I'm pretty sure I don't have to do that. There's a way around that. Okay, yep, I did have to put the super in there. Okay. It's been a while since I actually done that. So let me go back over here. So I definitely want to create, insert super. And let's see, what do we got here? What's it saying? Make item list public. I'm pretty sure I did that already. Or was it down at the bottom? It's got to make it public. It's got to make it super public probably. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to make it public, which will allow me access to it. What's this? Let me do that. Which, if I go back over here, it should have changed this. It's probably got this. Yeah, that's it. Change that to public. Now we have access. So now we know that their number stops at 1299. This is the last IDE that they used. What you can do is take this number right here, because in our file, excuse me, it's going to trump this. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go over here and we're going to paste this in. So now we know this is where theirs stop. Put that down a little bit. What we want to do is change this to whatever number we stop at. So let's just go ahead and say we're going to create a public static int final int. This will be our first item. And we're going to call it, let's just say alter, ooh, if I spell it right, alter gen. Okay, and you want that alter to actually be lowercase. This camel casing is what you really want, and then we're going to equal this, and let's just start out with ID 3000 and close it out. Okay, so now we have our first item in our item list. Now let's recompile this, and I'll show you how all this works. Back over here. Let me recompile this now. You have to recompile this one because we changed it. Now if we go to recompile this one, it should work fine. Yeah, you got to make sure you recompile the first one because it didn't save its changes. Even though we changed it over here and told it to make that public, we still have to go back and save this file, so when this file goes to read it, it actually is saved over here in this list. Because when what files we do, it's coming over here and it's coming over here and it's looking in these files and then it's changing. But since we recreated this item list, it's going to look in this item list before it does down here. Alright, so now we have our own item list. So we don't need item list anymore. We have our own. And in here we can add as many items as we want and never have to worry about theirs. Now we need to create our item template creator. Now if you look in here, IntelliJ, the way IntelliJ works is there's a lot of bytecode and stuff that needs to be typecasted into a short or into a byte. And what we're going to end up having here is the original item template creator is massive, okay, and it's got a lot of items in it. And the problem we're going to have is right here is this right here is a byte, yet you don't see it typecasted as a byte. But IntelliJ wants you to typecast that as a byte. And these two right here is a short, and IntelliJ wants you to typecast that as a short. What we have to do, and we're going to have to alter this file right here. Let me try it this other way. Maybe we don't have to. Let me go over here. Maybe we won't have to. Let's see. Yep, we're going to have to. Yep, we're going to definitely have to change it because every one of them's extending into the item template creator because of the methods that are sitting there, the templates. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to recreate this file, and we're going to have to fix the errors, which we're going to have. Every one of these items are going to have an error, and you're going to have to do this the first time you do this. So we're going to do this as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and start by grabbing this, copy that, bring up our little shortcut pad here, paste that there. We're going to grab that name, we're going to copy that, we're going to put our dot here, paste that, select that, copy that, and then we're going to go up here and we're going to create a new item template creator class. And we don't need that. Don't need that. We need to go back over and need to copy this whole class. Control A, Control C to copy. Go back to ours. We're going to Control V and paste all this in here, and then we're going to get all our errors. Okay, so now we got to go through here real quick and we got to fix all this crap because we're going to get, as you see, it's lining up. Basically, as you see, it's missing. It wants to call those typecast them as a short and as a byte because it's saying it's an int. Can't be an int. So what we need to do is we need to go in here and we need to do this right here real quick. So I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of these, and then I'm going to pause the video and fix this file. And this is the same thing you have to do. So I'm going to select that short, Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to put it in front of this one, which is, you know, which is the image number and the behavior type. And then I'm going to do these to a couple of them right here, so you can see right here. I'm going to do these to quite a few. I wish I knew a faster way to do this at the beginning, but I'm not familiar with IDEs like this, so there might be a faster way of doing this and I just don't know. So if you know, share the wealth of knowledge. But as far as I know, this is how I'm been having to do it, and once I do it once, I don't have to do it again, you know, because I keep using the same file. So basically, okay, once we got the shorts fixed, we can go, and I stopped on that line, so let me go down here, and we got to put in the byte. So let me just first go down here to where the byte's at, and that's not a short, but it's a byte, so let me create the byte. Let me select that byte, and then I'm going to go through here, and the byte is after the weights in gram. That's the byte. It's the number after the weight in grams. So all we got to do is go through here and typecast this integer into a byte on each one of these, and it will be fixed. So now that we got those done, well, no, we got one right there. You're going to see these things start to fix themselves. Just takes it a second. As you can see, there they go. The red squigglies are gone. Now these are fixed, and these are ready to go. Now what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to change, you know, I'm going to add short to all these up here, and I'm going to add byte to all these, and then I will come back and we will be ready to go. And yeah, I missed that one. And then we'll continue on, but this is what you'll have to do first. You have to go through and change right here, right where it says weight in grams. The number after that is a piece of byte, and then of course after the array, you have an image number and a behavior type, which is right here, and these are types, shorts. So I'm going to go through and fix all these on each one of these items, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. That took a while. I forgot how long it takes to actually do that. It takes a while adding short to each one of those and byte on the end. But we finally got it done. That's why I paused it. It takes a while to get this file done, but once it's done, before we do anything, we're going to go up here and take a look at some things. Okay, class is public, 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 public. Okay, so all that's good. Let's go down to the bottom down here. Okay, what we want to do here now is we need to call our template creator. Or, actually we haven't made it yet, that's right. So we don't need the original template creator, so let's just go ahead and recompile this now that we got it, all the shorts and stuff put in there. And remember, you can go in here and you can add to the types. If you want to make something diable, it's code 92, and you can find that information under items, under item types, and this is all the types. So you can go down through here and find out, like 92 is colorable. So if you wanted a piece of gear to be colorable and it's not colorable, you would actually go in here and add the type in this array of whatever item you're trying to add it to. And you can also increase the container size back here. You can increase the weight. You can change the value. You can put whether it's purchasable or not. The difficulty to make it, if you want to change that. But remember, anything you change, you're going to have to keep your eye on whenever it goes to update. So if you alter anything other than simple little things to get access to other files, it's going to take time to go through this file, because basically everything we changed, if you go in here right now and we say we're going to compare it, and we go down here and we go ahead and compare it to the server.jar. And we're loading and we're loading. Okay. Okay, so if we go back down here and we're in the item template, so we go to items, item template creator. Yeah, if we go in here and we go to compare, now this is how you'll want to compare whenever you're updating. You'll import the new server, the new libraries, server, and common.jar into your project, and once you've imported the new ones in, you can then compare the new ones into this. I got a lot of stuff in the background for some reason. I don't know why. Well, now I'm going to use that here in a minute. Just waiting on this to crank up. Here, let me shut mine down. I got a lot of stuff running. Video might be slowing it down. Let's try this again. Let's go to compare, and let's open up server again. Go to the item database, item template creator class. Okay, here we go. Now when we compare this, as you can see, everything is matching, but when we get to here, it's not going to match anymore. Everything's not going to match. The reason why is because during all this, as you can see, the highlight of byte on our side and the highlight of short, where we added short and we typecasted it to a short, it's going to light the whole thing up in blue. So if you click on this little button right here, it will take everything that was original and throw it over here, erasing everything you've done. So be very careful with this. Normally I just go through and see what's been highlighted and changed, and then I add it in over here on this side. These will be your worst files that you update, will be your item database. And I mean, it will be the worst ones you do, so always save those for the last before you update those, comparing them, because it takes a time, especially if you change anything in here on these items. Okay, once we got that done, let's see, let's make sure it's compiled. Now what we need to do is create our own class. So basically what we need to do now, yep, there it is. So we're just going to select all that, copy that, and we're going to change its name, and we're going to give a new name for our class. So we're going to go over here, go to source, new, we're going to type that in there, and we're just going to say new at the end, because this is a new item template creator. Click OK, and this is our new one, so we're going to keep this information. Now the information we need, see, we don't need that one anymore, because this is the one. Actually, we still need that one. Hold on a minute. Yeah. And we got it right here. This is our version. So what we want to do is we want to be able to get access to this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go down here, and we're going to add item and template creator new, and I'm lazy, so I'm just going to paste this right here, like so. And this will show up in a little bit once we put the initializer on our page. So I'm just going to go ahead and recompile this one, and you'll see what this does in a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to recompile until I get that fixed. So let's scroll up here, And what do we need? Okay, we really don't need to call any of this stuff or these methods because we already have them. But let's see, we got a item template creator constructor, so we need a constructor. So let's go ahead and grab, well, we need to make our own constructor, that's right. So let's go ahead and make a protected and we'll get rid of that stupid string that gets on it. And it's a method, and we're going to put our curly braces. Okay, so now we got our constructor, right? So half of it's done. So now we got our protected item template creator, except for ours is item template creator new, just like our class. So what else we need? Well, we need this line of code right here. We can grab, and I hate when that happens, we can grab these two pieces of code right here, and we're going to copy these over into our file, which is going to be down below here. We're going to paste these and we're going to import this. Okay, and then we're going to add that. So now our item template creator is started. Now that we got this, let's go ahead and recompile this. And other than that, did we need anything else out of here? Nope, not really. Let's see, it says here, create method initialize templates. Did I miss something? Well, let's go back through. Just give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, okay, so let's see, we need to extend. Always got to remember to extend our class, otherwise we're going to have errors. So basically let's go ahead and extend this class into item template creator, and we can remove that piece right there. We're going to implement it, extend it. Then let's just go ahead and grab these implements. Just, damn it, I hate when it does that. Just go ahead and grab these implements because I don't feel like typing. And we'll go over here and we're going to implement these and go ahead and import those in. Take that off. Take there. Oh, Lord me. Let's go back over here. I'm just going to grab these imports out of here. I'm going to copy them in case we need these imports. And we're going to put these imports in here. We're going to move this up top, like so. Okay. Now we got everything sitting here. Let's go ahead and recompile. And I probably still got that one over there. So we got that imported. You got that in there? Yep. And we don't need these methods because we're extended into this class. And we have that. let's recompile this again. We still going to get that error? Yes, we are. So let's see what. Create method initialize templates. We have that. Okay. Now let's recompile this. Void. It's in here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. I just didn't put it in, I think. Initialize item template. Well, anyway, enough of that done. So once we got all that done, we can start adding our stuff in here. So let's just say, what do we want? What can we use for an example? Something simple. Don't want to change a lot of stuff. Oh, by the way, red dragon scale, you'll definitely want to do this here. So we go back here to red dragon scale, to the materials. As you'll see, this material right here for the chest is 0. It should be 16 for leather. So we'll definitely want to change that, and we're going to recompile that. Now the chest will show up in the server. This was the original Worm Unlimited download of the common.jar and server.jar, and as you can see, it never got fixed. It actually comes to you like that. So let's just say we create show blades, something interesting. Trying to think of something that would be interesting. Let's just say forge. So we're going to create, well, yeah, so let's just say we want to create a new type of forge. So let's select this whole line. We're going to copy it. We're going to bring it over to ours, and then in here we're going to paste it. So, and let's see, we go to our item list. Our first item, oh, we did an altar, so let me go over here and find the altar. Okay, so here's 3 of them. So we're going to take the silver altar, we're going to copy it, going to go over here, and I'm just going to replace this with a silver altar. And we started with ID 3000, so what we want to do is change this one down here to 3000, the number of items, and we're going to recompile, and we're going to go back over here, and we're going to make sure that the ID, the first ID, is 3000. Then we can say alter. What did we name ours? We named it alter gen. So we can go over here and we can say alter, and then we can just say gen like this. You can do lowercase or capital, it really does not matter. This is just a string name. And let's see, as you can see, it don't have colorable code, so let's just go ahead and say we want to add, we want it to be dyeable, colorable, so we're going to add 92 to the list. And let's do some other stuff here, and it's alter silver. That's what we're going to use. Now what this does here, the difficulty would be 52 to create it. It's going to weigh about 5 pounds. I think, if I remember correctly, that's 5 pounds. It's using bytecode 8, which is a metal. Value's 10. It cannot be purchased from a world trader. So let's just say this string right here, what this does, And let me go ahead and open this up so you can see what this does. This string is in the mapping.txt, so I have one here on the side which I'm just going to go ahead and open up so you can see what this actually does. Okay, no, don't want that. This is the mapping.txt, and basically right here what it does is this string right here is in the mapping.txt. This is what you use with the mapping.txt to tell it where that's at. So if I do a search right now for this string, you'll see right here structure alters alter dash silver.wom. So basically this is the model decoration.alter.silver, which is right here. And what this does is it says this texture is going to be right here. This texture equals this. So what this states is this texture is under structures folder, under the alters folder, and the model to use is called alter-silver.wom. And what we do is basically we're going to sit here and I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So let's go into our worm. We'll go into our pack files, into our graphics.jar, and we're going to open it up with WinRAR. Now this states that it's in structures, so we go find the structure folder. Then it says alters, so we go to the alters folder, and it says alter-silver.wom. Alter-silver.wom. So this is what model it's calling for. So basically all this structure right here does in the model.txt is say this is where my model is located and this is the model to use. And that's what this right here is doing. This right here is just a piece of information for this string right here to let it know this is what we're calling a string, and basically whatever we pass in right here will be the model and the texture. Now a little thing about WOM files. I've been waiting on a converter, and the sad part about WOM, and I'll try to explain this. If you can get your hands on an old set of DAE, you won't be able to do none of the new WOM models, or unless you create your own model, okay, and do it DAE. But if you wanted to alter an existing model, for example the existing altar, without a converter you cannot convert this silver over. But luckily for me, I have packs of the old still, and I could go in here if I wanted to. I can go to structures, alters, and here is the silver DAE file. This is before it was turned into the WOM file. And I'll explain a little bit about how how the collada file works. Right now, if I go into Max and I change the texture, okay, and I pull this model into Max and then I alter it and I pull it back out, I change the texture or whatnot, it gets saved in the collada file, in the DAE. And you can use Notepad and you can edit this. Now here's what it looks like when you edit it with Notepad. As you can see right here, it is calling for the alter-silver.png. This has to be changed in the inside the model file, because when you pull a model like this out of Max, okay, it will tell it wherever it is on your computer. So if you got a graphics file on your computer and it's in your C drive under pictures, under worm items or whatever folder you put it under, that's what it's going to call right here in this line right here. That's what it's going to do. It's going to call that entire piece right there, that whole string of where it's at on your computer. And what you have to do is you have to erase everything but the picture file itself, which if you see right here, the actual picture name is alter-silver.png, and you want to erase those strings for that image all but the picture file itself, because when you put this model, you're going to put the picture file in the same folder that the model's in. So the model's going to not look anywhere except for the folder that it's in when it looks for that picture, and it's going to look for the picture that's in that name, and it don't have to look anywhere else on your computer. So this is pretty much what you do when you're pulling a model in to get your model and your texture to show up using the DAE format. Until we get a converter, it'll probably work the same way, and then you have to convert it over to WOM format and blah blah blah. But basically you would fix that, save it, and then you would pull it over here, okay, and then your model and your texture would show up in the server. But as far as the mapping.txt, you have to add this line right here for your new model that you're right here. Whatever new model you put in, you need to add that to the mapping.txt, and then you have to add the location of that model and if it has additional textures. For example, like if we look up here to the decoration statue faux silver, it's under models statues faux statue.wom. This is the and I'll explain why this works like this. See, this is the faux silver statue, this is the faux gold statue. So basically they both use the faux statue.wom, correct? But this one over here specifically calls for, with this question mark, statue matte, meaning material, dot texture equals this texture file. Okay? And basically you can change texture files with the mapping.txt to look at a different texture file now, and you can do two tones and all this other stuff. But I'm not going to get into talking about modeling and two-tone textures in 3ds Max and everything like that. That's just something y'all gonna have to learn. But basically that's it. You know, once we got this right here, and let's just do something crazy with it. It's ID 3000. Yeah, we're calling it AlterGen. So let's just go ahead. Let's recompile this. We don't need that. We're going to recompile this one because we got to put this one in, because we down here. Get the mouse off the other screen. Come on, give me the little bar. Where's the bar? Get some lag on the machine for some reason. We had to add this line, okay? So we have to sit down and import this into our files and replace the original. So let's recompile this, and let's just make sure all our stuff's recompiled. As you can see, this item is not listed under the actual new items or the old item list, and this item template creator new is not listed under item template or new item 8. So now that we got this done, let's go to our server folder and pull this up over here. So first of all, let's go to where we got a server, and we just changed server files. So let's go ahead and open this up with WinRAR over here, and we were in the items folder, so let's go there. Now we need to find our other project. So let's see, what was this project? 1.3.1 toot. Okay, so it's this folder right here. Go to our out, our production, go in here, and now we just want to grab our new creator, the one we replaced, and I don't remember if we need to replace that one or not. Let's double check. We actually created it. Yeah, I remember. We had to make we had to change final to public. So yeah, we have to use this one too. So let's make sure it's recompiled fresh. As you can see here, 1230, 1232. So let's grab our items. Let's drag these right over into the fresh one. And we'll crank up the server now. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a fresh one. So I'm going to say copy one. And we'll go to that one. And we're going to start it up. And while that's starting up, you can use a log viewer like this right here. What this log viewer does, you can use log expert and we can open up where our file is. Let's go over here. We're on copy one, logs. We want the worm log. And what this does is everything that gets put on the server gets put on here. As you can see, we're connected to Steam. So when I click on the launch, and wait a minute here, did I? Nope, I didn't do that. So yeah, well, I do all this. Texture, so it's just in textures. Texture. What did I do? Items, yep. We done put these in, so we ain't got to worry about that right now. So let's go back to art stuff for a minute. Let's go to mapping.txt. We got to add this texture. Almost forgot to do this. This is very important. So let's close all this out for now. How's adding animations to a new bear? Okay, mapping. So what we need to do is we need to add this. So let's go back and find. Let's go back in our code for a minute. Let's go back to our item. Let's go over here. We're just gonna grab the existing right here for now. And we're going to find this. Back up. Okay, so let's just go ahead and grab this. We're going to use this exact same one right here. Now you can go and put your stuff anywhere you want to. Me, for this demonstration, I'm just going to put it temporary where I put all my stuff at. I have my own section I create for anything I put in, taxidermy, all this stuff. So let me just go right here, and at the very bottom I'm going to drop this in here because I'm going to erase it. So we're going to use model decoration alter.silver, which is what this is right here. This is the model name we're going under. And this is the file, blah blah, under structures, alters. Okay, so let's save this. And what we have to do now is we have to take this and we have to put it, so I'm going to go right here, I'm going to open this file location, I'm going to open up packs, I'm going to open up my graphics.jar with WinRAR. Now in here I just need to replace this file, which is down here, so we're just going to drag this mapping.txt over here. And wait for it to do its little thing here. Yes, come on. Give it to us, come on. You can do it. Yeah, the server can run as long as I don't have a client running. I ain't got to worry about it because this is going to the clients folder. If I have to add a class file, I have to shut down the server. My machine's a little slow today. It must be the recording. I'm using NVIDIA to do all this recording here, so just bear with me. There we go. So it replaced our mapping.txt, and now we can crank this up. And we can watch log viewer as this starts to go in and crank up. So we're going to go to our creative server that we just done. Going to crank it up. And while that's doing that, I'm going to pull this up so we can watch it. So you can watch the server as it's checking your client, seeing who's connected. You can see all this information, and any of that other stuff I showed in the future or in other past videos where you create your log files, it'll do all those log files here. I don't have them on this version, so you're not going to see them. But I'll close that for now. So this version right here should already be one. Yeah, I'm already GM for this. So we got the new altar. It's going to look like the other one because we didn't change no model or no texture. But when we use our wand to create our altar, we should see our altar in, what did we call our altar? It was altar gen. Gold, silver, altar, birch wood. Wood. Is it going to put it somewhere else? Can't remember. It's going. Let's just check this out for a minute. Okay, that's that one. Going to make sure that this is actually working, that I don't have something missing in the files. This version. Okay. Let's double check. We didn't get it. So let's go find out what went wrong. Close the server down. I did add that there. Back over here. Nope, that's the wrong production. Let's go back. Back. Yep, toot. Okay, so let's go back in here and see if we missed anything. Template ID 3000. Let's just double check something here. Check my files and make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. I'm tired, so I'd rather look at my existing code before just trying to rush through here. Okay, so let's just look at what I already had. This is my item list. Yeah, public class extends item list. Did we extend that one? This is ours. Yeah, we extended item list. Item list new super. Which super. So that file should be fine, and then we have our creator class, which aha! Did I do that? Let's double check. Our class. Nope. That's what I forgot to do. The logger. So let's go over here and let's get our logger. We're going to copy that. We're going to put this in here, and we're going to change this to ours. Okay, we got our logger now. And let's recompile. Let's double check what else. I guess I didn't use the nano timer. Yeah. Public static final void. Ah, okay, let's make this final. Because we're going to say our class is the final class. There is no class after this class. Apparently I didn't use that, so we're just going to kick that out. And yep, throws the exception. Implements model constants and item types. Wait a minute. Ah. Okay. Let's do this. Wrong ones. Yeah. I mean, I can implement those too, but for what we're doing, yes. Okay. Oh, come on. You got to do this stupid shit. Okay, so what? Model constants. For class. Okay, I don't want to do it like that, so let me just grab this. IntelliJ wants to be a butt head today, so if I type properly. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather use the import statement than have those strings just based all across there. Okay, let's go ahead and recompile this again. Did it recompile already? Make sure. Okay, we'll go back to server, we'll go back to our items, we'll grab this, drop it back over here again. Crank up the server, and we'll do this again. The server will crank up pretty quick. It's a small, brand new map, so we'll just go ahead and launch our client. Should be ready. Double check. And let's see. I have got to be missing something. Is it where I put my statement? Double check. Yeah, might be where I put my statement. Oh, I'd hate to have to go through that one and do that again. Initialize template. Back through here. Ah. Yeah. That would be my mistake. And Yeah, I didn't need that. So recompile this. Drag our creator class back over here. Let's see. Item list. Extends item template creator. Alright. We got that done, so let's go back over here and crank it back up. Yeah, once you get the class made, got an error. What did I mess up on? Okay, yeah. And logger, yeah, I didn't need those. That just looks nasty to me, so let me fix this. I just gotta have things in a certain order. Oh, I made mine public. So we'll just go ahead and make this public. And be consistent. And we'll double check this again. Should be fine. I've got these things. Oh, where's that gray bar? Gosh, that damn thing's so small. I'll do something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I created this, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. Making no sense. Must have not had it right for some reason. Okay, let's just go ahead this back over. I must have screwed that up somehow. Let's go back in here. That's trial and error. Sorry the video is so long, but should have altered. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I screwed up for some reason. As you can see, our alter gen is now in here, and we have our own creator class. We have our own item list class, and we're using this silver altar as ours. So, as you can see, it says silver altar gen. So basically, you can go ahead and add whatever code you want to it for a different deity or whatnot, and you would do that in the other files. But yeah, this is basically how you'd add an item. And so go ahead and shut that down. But yep, this is it. This is how you do it. You create your own class. You have to, there's some things that have to be public, and final has to be removed, because final basically states that that's the final. If you got a it's like the item list. The item list was final. It said public final class item list. So since it's final, that means this list cannot be extended any longer. This is the final one. So basically what we can do is we can make it public. I mean, we can remove the final, and if we want to, we can actually add the final on our class and say ours is the final one. So as they add more later on in theirs, you might have to remove it until we get the API to be able to call these outside their class. So, you know, we could actually add the final to ours and leave it off the original. Hopefully this video helped you. Sorry it took so long. You know, I had to go through. I mean, you're going to have the pain of creating this item template creator, because you've got to. And if you do the item template creator continue, cooking, creator third, if you change anything, if you want to add anything to this and you alter this code, you're going to be writing short and byte. You're going to be typecasting, fixing the file. But once you got it fixed, it's done. You only have to do it to one time. Make a backup copy somewhere in case you screw your stuff up so bad, so you can import that backup of that file, so you ain't got to do all those shorts and bytes again. But yeah, once you get it fixed, you can go through here and change everything however you want it. So it's like yeah, that's pretty much it. You just add your items to your own list now, so we don't even need that class no more. We don't need that class no more. So when we want to create our own items, we can come in here and we can just create our own stuff right here. And the simplest thing is, if you want to get an item from somewhere, you can open up one of the original ones, and if you need a, let's say you created a new type of saddle, but you want some existing code where that, so it'll have all the types of a saddle or whatnot. You can basically sit here and grab this one and copy that code, then change whatever you need to in the code, the names, whatever, the ID, stuff like that. I hope this video is helpful, and let me know.